Hi, thank you for joining me today. I want to talk to you about a few websites that you can use in your job search. Most of them are free. The one that's not free is very, very inexpensive to use. So let's start with the Occupational Outlook Handbook. This is a site that's put out by the Bureau of Labor Statistics by our government. It's free for you to use. I first learned about this tool when I was a vocational counselor at a nonprofit back in the late 1990s. At that time, the internet was fledgling and there was not much available online, but we had a big fat book that was very expensive that we had in our office to use with our clients. Now it's available to everyone online. So this is good. It's useful for several things. One of them is finding information about positions you might be interested in. So for today, we're going to look at business and financial because most people are familiar with those jobs. So when you get into business and financial occupations, immediately all these different positions come up in financial, accounting, and immediately you can see the education that you need. You can see the 2019 median pay for these positions. If you want to go in and take a deeper dive, again, there's quite an extensive look. It even goes into market research analysts. So let's look at financial analysts. So when you go in here, you can see the 2018 median pay, the hourly pay. You go in and look at what they do. These are things they do on a day-to-day basis. These are things that you're going to be seeing in job ads for these positions. Here's different types of financial analysts. You can go into the work environment and see where they work. You can also go in to see how to become one, the type of education you need, the skills that you need, the certifications that you need to become a financial analyst. This is also good for looking at keywords that you might need in your resume. You can also look at the job outlook, the prospects for the future. And you can see that there is growth in this area higher than the average of all occupations. The next site I want to talk to you about is the ONET Online. This is another free site put out by the government for you to use. And you can also find information here. You just look it up a little differently. So today we will put in marketing here and look at some marketing positions. Here you have a bunch of different marketing positions, and there's a lot of information about each of them. When we look at marketing managers, they give it a green light. There's a bright outlook for marketing managers. Here you can find the different technical skills that you need, the knowledge that you need. This is also a great place to find things like keywords. The next site is CharacterCountOnline. You're always told that you need to have the keywords in your resume. You don't want to ever stuff them, but you do want to have keywords that are relevant to the job description. Now, I have copied an ad for a VP of marketing from Indeed, and I'm just going to go on here and paste the ad in here. Again, you can see it's for Spectrum. You can see on the side here the keywords that are mentioned most often. So of course you would expect marketing and sales, but maybe you wouldn't expect to see product. You may find that keywords come up that are not already on your resume. For example, you may put in a position and they may talk about budgeting. Budgeting may be mentioned a few times in the job description, but you don't have it on your resume. However, you do have experience in that. So you want to just add a line here or there about your experience with budgets in your resume. The next site is Photofeeler. Now, this is a site that, let's go up to the top here. This is a site that I use myself. I highly recommend it to all of my clients. I push them to use it. I also recommend it to friends and family. It's a great way to get objective opinions about your photos that you're using on LinkedIn and other social media sites. It started as a business site where people could rate you on things like your influence, your likability, your competency. And then a few years later, it moved into social sites so you can have your picture analyzed for a dating site to see what people think of you and for other social sites. The thing is, your friends and family look at your LinkedIn profile photo and they see you. They see the you that they know, not necessarily the you that's projected in the photo. The best way to do that is to get objective opinions from a site like Photofeeler. So here's an example of the original use for business, where this person puts in the title only. There's no personal information. They select the category they want to be rated on, business, and this person is rated on competency, likability, and whether or not she appears influential. As you can see, her scores are pretty high for this picture. People who review photos have the option to leave notes or comments on your photo. You will be able to see those as well. And you can adjust your photos. So if you run a few through here and you're not getting the results you want, take a few more pictures and try to get a better score. Again, this is something that I recommend to all of my clients because it's going to be strangers who are looking at you on LinkedIn and you want to know what impression you give to them. The next site is LinkedIn's official blog. You can sign up for this. It's information that LinkedIn puts out on changes that they make. Sometimes it's just things how to better use LinkedIn, but often there are things that they introduce. For example, this is something that came out fairly recently where LinkedIn put the option of recording your name along with your profile. So if you have an unusual name, it gives you the opportunity to record it and help people pronounce it correctly. It's also good if you're looking for a new job and you have interviews set up. You can go to people's LinkedIn profiles, particularly if they have an unusual name, and that way you can learn how to pronounce it. Again, I sign up for this blog. It gives me information. You can sign up for it too. I do want to share a little bit about my YouTube channel. Of course, it's free, as YouTube channels are. There are a lot of instructional videos on there. Videos like this, how to format your resume for the ATS and how to use formatting to add style to your resume. These videos are similar to this in that I'm on the computer and showing you how to do things. So please check out my YouTube channel. And if you like what you see, please do subscribe. The last thing I want to mention is my Smarter Career Moves podcast. This is something that I started back in May. I try to update it once a week. You can find this on various sites, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. The episodes are relatively short. They're about 10 minutes. They run from about 8 minutes to 15 minutes. Again, free information. So if you'd like some instruction, but you'd rather listen rather than watch a video, this is available to you. So thanks again for joining me today. I hope you found this information useful, and I wish you good luck in your job search.